Post Office Box, 620 East Templeton, Massachusetts. It is February 10th, 2020. This meeting is now open. Okay, first of all, we're going to review the minutes from last month. 2 months ago, because we did not have a meeting last month. Okay, for December. So if anybody knows of any additions, subtractions, or what we need. Can I get a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, in January, we did not have a meeting, so we don't have to have those minutes here. Okay, it is 6 o'clock. I think we'll start with Royalston Farm. Damon Schmidt.
Hi. I'm Julian Buttrover from New England Environmental Design, working with Damon on the site that they have off of Gardner Road. What they've got is an existing condition plan that I could go over with the board. Flag the wetlands and depicted the different resources. You've got the river right here. We've got a wetland that adjacent to it, so the larger wetland over here.
Okay, before we go any further,
Yep.
did you file a paperwork with the office so we could open up a hearing? If we don't have the
Actually-
paperwork filled out, we cannot open up a hearing.
I'm actually not asking for a hearing until, I just wanted to get, well, actually the procedure, so.
Oh, okay.
So if we could, I guess what we'll do is, I was gonna see if we could do a determination of applicability to come up with, so we can do a site walk and walk this wetland line as it's depicted, to make sure we're all on the same page. Would that be something I can do through a determination?
How close are you gonna be working to the
Well, that's,
wetland?
we're going to, that's why I wanna make sure we're all on the same page of the wetland line, cause it's kinda like a peninsula. Here's the river,
Yeah.
comes around, so I've got a 200-foot zone, and I've got the wetland here, and I got a 100-foot buffer.
And where's your work
And the
occurring?
work's going to be in, this is an existing farm road, you can drive right around. So the work's, we're hoping to utilize this whole area, but I know I've got the 200-foot zone. What will and can we do in that zone? They own this property, the old florist.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to planning board tomorrow to get this parcel cut off of this parcel. So they're gonna own this whole parcel of property. So they wanna utilize this piece, so right now, I'd like to find out how close can we go to these different resources with what they're proposing to do. If you have any set, some towns have some set.
Well, the DEP usually wants at least 100.
Right,
and,
we use the Mass General Law standards.
Okay.
We don't have any town bylaws for, additional town bylaws.
So you
for
will
wetlands.
have to file an NOI,
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
okay? And then, you wanna set it up for next month's meeting, and we can look at that, and before then, we will make a assignment to go out and do the walking of the wetlands.
Okay, so could I leave, how could we get this so it's
So
kind of official?
the NOI is Form,
Well, not an
3.
NOI. I'd like to determine, get the wetland line itself determined.
Right, did you have somebody go out there and walk it and mark it?
I did, I'm a wetland scientist.
You want to,
So I flag the wetlands, I have all the soil logs and everything we need to define this wetland line. I just wanna get, before we go to design, I wanna make sure we're all on the same page with, yeah, we agree with that line. So that there's no questions later that, well, can you move this building, cause we keep the wetland moved this way, we just wanna avoid any of that. If that's okay with you guys. And then also, we have the riverfront,
which is the 200.
which is the 200, and there is an existing road, like I say, existing farm road that goes all around like so, as shown on this plan, and we'd like to utilize some of that area. What is your past working in the riverfront.
Well, each set of land that we walk, we have to see before we can give you that answer. I really
Okay.
don't have an answer.
That's, so
We-
this would
First thing
be,
we need to do is go for a site walk, and then,
could we
yeah.
set that up at this, can I set that up at this meeting to do a sidewalk?
Yeah, usually Lori schedules it, but.
Well, I usually get the paper, I'll go grab, finish your conversation.
Okay.
Just so that we're all on
I'll
the same
get
page,
a
I'd like to
sidewalk
be there
form.
with you, so if there's a question on anything, we can hammer it out right then and there, and
Mhm.
then we have a nice.
okay, well, what's our best days? We usually do one Tuesday night, am I correct? Is Tuesday night best for all of us?
Tuesday works.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday night, 4:15, 4:30, 5? It all depends on you.
I'm off this week, so.
Oh,
No,
that's
No,
perfect.
I don't mean this week, I mean
Oh, next
Next
week.
week, yeah.
next week, because
Um,
with the snow and stuff out there right now, we can't walk it
Right.
when it's full of snow.
Okay.
True.
Right,
We have to wait till it's clear.
I'll be back in time by 4:15.
Okay.
That works.
So if we can plan, well, all right, we'll do it, when there's no snow. That may be a month from now, but I'm not sure. We have to wait and see what the snow shows.
Right, it's supposed to
Yeah.
freeze hard this weekend, so
We
depending on
want-
what the conditions are. Right.
Terrific.
Huh?
Friday's gonna be real cold up in Royalston.
Yes, it's gonna be too cold for anything. But I'm saying, this is not we can't do it this week. We have to, you got all the snow that's out there, and until we see what you have out there, it's, we wanna do it sometime the end of March, or we wanna do it,
Why don't we schedule it in the calendar for next week, and then if we have to move it
right,
because of
that's fine.
snow, we'll let you
Yeah, 'cause
know?
I was out here 2 weeks, a month ago, and there was about this much snow, and then last week there was no snow.
Exactly,
So-
the weather's been, so that
Alright,
would be
we
the
wanna do it this
18th.
coming Tuesday night?
February vacation.
Next Tuesday, you mean?
next Tuesday?
Yep.
The 18th works for me.
All right.
18.
Okay. And where do you wanna meet?
You wanna meet right at the Florist?
Alec Forest?
Would be
Okay.
the best.
Okay, all right. We'll meet there, 4:15,
February 18th.
4:30?
4:15.
4:15?
4:30?
4:30.
4:30?
He works out of town,
Okay.
so we'll
That
do
works,
4:30.
4:30.
4:30, February 18th.
All right,
All right, well, that'll get the ball rolling. Well, thank you very much for your time.
no problem.
Thanks.
Thank you. We'll fill this out.
If you're doing an NOI, you need to get the butters list from the
Yep,
assessor's
yep.
office. Okay, we'll close that at 6:07. Okay.
Do you want to, and I'm just asking a question, do you wanna do Trevor first, because it's probably going to be quicker than Orchard Lane?
Yeah, I suppose we could do Trevor, whichever way you guys wanna work this. I guess you're gonna be next.
Alright,
I just know yours is gonna be
Now,
quick.
yeah.
you didn't go with us up on
I did not.
Gray Road.
Do the sidewalk now.
Alright, so. Alright, so, originally we filed an RDA on this one for Gray Road for King VanDyke. And, we were basing that off of just a Karen environmental, scientist went out and did a assessment of it and said that the, existing pond there was under 10,000 square feet, so he felt it was an isolated land subject to flooding. And you guys went out there and determined that NOI was necessary, and I went out there and I looked and I was like, yeah, it is. Because up here there was a little isolated, towards the front of the property, towards Gray Road, there's a little isolated thing, but then it was hydrologically connected to the pond, so we flagged the entire thing up as wetlands, and that's what's depicted there now. And so we moved the house over. The house was actually first proposed kind of over here in this location, but so I slid the house to the other side to get out of the 50-foot, and the septic's going to be still the same in the back there. That's where
Over
they
here.
that's where they did the testing back in 2007. And to get there, now we have to cross the wetland, so we're doing a temporary disturbance of the wetland right where this hatching is, right here next to wetland flag B3 and A14. And it's just going to be a temporary disturbance. I graded it out so the wetland grades are gonna be exactly the same before and after the pipe goes in, and so they're just gonna take the soil out, put the pipe in, and put it back in place, just like nothing ever happened to it. And, that's all gonna be protected, the rest of the wetlands are gonna be protected with silt fence while that, construction's going on as well. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, whereas, these are new plans.
Yeah. Oh, and I talked to George about this just a little quickly, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
And he was saying that he would like to see some kind of, if the pond does overflow, so it doesn't flood the septic system, some kind of drainage channel for the pond to take if it does overflow. So I was thinking about over, I don't know how to describe this, but over in this area, can you see where I'm pointing over? Right in this area where it kind of seems like it comes down anyway. I'll probably just do a little drainage channel right over the pipe and out that way. Oh, what's this?
That concerns this. Okay, just
With
so
this
you-
property here?
Yes,
Okay.
this is
Mr. Hamilton is in the
Mr.
audience.
Hamilton, who lives next door.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Can I just ask a couple questions?
Yes.
By the way, I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to the house, I
Yeah.
understand.
I was gonna call you next.
Okay, thank you. That does overflow a lot. Just
Okay, yeah,
it
where,
does
do
flow.
you know where it overflows?
I do, because it flows on my pond. I actually put an external, this is where's the pond?
Pond's
Pond is
right here?
Okay.
This is the road.
Flows
Yeah.
down here, flows down this way, because I
Okay.
actually put a additional perimeter drain at my house. I have two of them now to get this water to come down and go around that way.
Mhm.
And if you talk to the DPW, they have issues right here with the road, Berry Road itself,
Right.
flooding, icing, and
Yeah,
this
the
is-
road's over here.
Yeah, yeah, it's coming down off of this, it comes down around. perimeter.
Down this way?
Yeah, it goes
Okay.
around, my property is here and, Ronnie's here, and it goes around his property, cause they've got culverts going down
Yeah.
and overflows. I understand building the house, I have no, I'm just not here to stop the house,
Yeah.
just be aware this does overflow, so if you can find a way to get this to the trench or a trench and across the road.
Yeah, what I was thinking about doing was maybe doing a little trench out this way and going down out back into the property this way.
That's where I am,
Yeah.
that's where it flows.
Oh, right into the back of the
Yeah,
property.
it
Oh, okay.
flows back into here, and this is where the
Okay, so
perimeter
you're over
drains are
there.
right here.
Okay, I got you.
I'd just like to sometime talk to you maybe about it, show you. I was hoping that if
Okay.
you berm this a little bit to kind of get it to.
Yeah, we could do a little
on the
berm,
side or
like
something.
kind of like a half
Swale.
Yeah, I'm
basin
not
kind of
saying- Yeah,
thing.
just direct, it's just, it does overflow a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
And I walked, I know the area very well.
Yeah.
It was an old tree farm, when the trees were all there, you didn't have a problem, a lot of the trees
Yeah.
are gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tree farm was a Christmas tree farm, they took all the trees are gone, also the water has nowhere to go, it just flows.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if you could just be cognizant of this here.
Yep.
And he's got a drain a thing going around his house too. It takes the water and goes between his house and mine and goes between his and goes down to Berry Road. I've got it diverted right to the cove, it goes right across and flows right down.
Yeah.
His is the one that had the problem with the Berry Road itself. We talked to DPW, they probably, I think, could do some of that.
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, I could definitely talk to him about it.
So,
Mm.
if
Alright.
you don't mind, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll put a call into him and show him the plan and see if we can rectify any.
Yeah, I'm just talked to Brett, he's well aware of it, you know, he knows that, they're down all the time.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
I just wanna point that out.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
538 Berry Road, in case you have any
Okay.
questions or.
Yeah, I think he has it written down. I'll put that in the
Okay.
folder.
Thank you.
Great.
I got the note right here.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
Look at that,
Thank you.
teamwork.
Lord, thank you.
Now,
No problem, thank you.
did you fill out the NOI paperwork already? Yes?
Yeah, I
Right
think
here,
you
okay.
have it,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, that's right here.
Yeah,
That's
just
the
waiting for,
determination,
for
this is the
signature
NOI.
from Davey and,
Okay.
check-ins to be brought in.
Okay, so do we need to do a sidewalk,
If you wanna do a site walk,
Or-
you can.
or is this is all new and,
Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to put a couple stakes? I mean, the septic's kind of obvious where that's gonna go. It's just 100 feet in the back there. And like you said, it's a kind of a Christmas tree farm back here. So it's just kind of a bunch of big Christmas trees. So that's the location
Well,
for that. But
my concern was, do we wanna continue this to next month, or is that all right, or do we
I mean,
want to?
I think that's fine. I mean,
No urgency to get started.
yeah, I mean,
Depends on who you talk to.
yeah, exactly.
All right,
Um,
why don't we put the, if it's okay with you, I'll make a motion to put this off till next week, next month, which is what, the
March
17th?
16th.
What's that one?
March 16th.
16th, that's right, 'cause we got a leap year this year. Otherwise, it would be
Oh.
the 17th, same day as February, see? That's old guys. We remember little things like that. All right, so we can do that, and we will do a site walk between now and then, and we'll
Get the
call
check and
you,
the signature
Yeah,
between now
yeah.
and then.
we'll call you to set up a sidewalk, and then we can, if you hold a shot at the same time, we can all go down at the same time, is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want me to put a couple stakes in for the house in the
Yes, we,
meantime?
yes, we do, in the
Okay.
meantime, put the stakes out where the house is gonna go,
Okay.
and,
Yeah, just have Lori tell me when you guys are gonna go out there so I can make sure I can
Okay.
get those in time.
okay, can I get a second on moving the, hearing till next month?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So next,
Alright.
next month?
You guys wanna keep that, or? up to you guys.
We got one copy.
We got one?
We got one, we're all set.
Alright.
And that way there you'd have that copy,
Trevor?
and that way
Yeah.
there
Stop
we'll,
with Rhonda and get a sidewalk form, and just that we sign it, and I can fill out the rest if you,
Just sign it, you said?
yeah,
Um,
you can
Okay.
sign it and I'll put it with this.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
so,
6:15?
so we will call you, it'll be a Tuesday night,
Any Tuesday, yeah, okay.
because this coming Tuesday, we're busy, but probably the one after.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we got till next month, so.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, sounds good, thank you guys.
Thank you, Gary. All right.
6:15.
Yeah, 6:15.
Was on it.
Right on it, all right. Okay, now we have an RDA Orchard Lane project, East Templeton, Mass. You know, it just says town of Templeton, but it doesn't say in the village of East Templeton.
Oh,
Denied.
Oh, come on now, I gotta pick on somebody.
not me.
Got an
And I'm the only
easel.
one left.
That's business.
Oh, I think he was
Business.
pointing it at me.
I wouldn't do that to you, Laurie. Okay, this is a paperwork for this one. You gonna hold the maps?
Do.
This is like the most important one.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, these are probably
Oh,
more.
thank you. Love 11 by 17s.
Okay, I'll leave these guys.
12 by 18.
This.
Oh my goodness.
Could I snag one of those from you?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'm Bill Storty from Weston and Simpson Engineers, working, with Carter and Bob, the Bobs, on this project. Little history on it, last year, they submitted to get a community development block grant, to do, infrastructure improvements. They were awarded it, so last March, wasn't part of our, permitting wasn't part of the scope at that time, because they were really, money's tight, and they were just trying to get what they could get to get the grant. So, but we did have the, resource areas flagged last March by wetland consultants. So there's the perennial stream that runs right at the very bottom, so this is, Gardner Road here, and kind of the continuation of the road. Back of that sheet takes it all the way to the top of the dead end. So the only thing that he found that is impactful of our project is the riverfront, right down at the bottom. There was some border vegetated wetlands, well off, the limits of our work, somewhere up here, I think, behind these houses. So the scope of the project is, installation of a new 8-inch structural iron water main to replace the 6-inch asbestos cement one that's there. And improvements to the road surface and improvements to the storm drainage, which right now is limited, to say the least. Right now, we do have a structure down at the bottom that does have an existing 15-inch CMP that discharges just before the slope right down near the bottom. The green didn't really come out too well here, it's too thin. So the black rectangles are the proposed drain structures working their way up. This will be the last set. Can't go any further just because of the finances of it all. This line depicts the 200-foot riverfront area there. So we do have, there's quite a bit of work going on here, but it's, improvements to existing infrastructure. Sanitary sewer staying, we're not touching that. I guess we did a bunch of projects in the Back Bay area years ago, and they never replaced the sewers, which is helpful because it's an expense that, the way these funding sources are going. This project would have probably stopped here if we had to do the sewer. So what we're proposing is just new catch basins with, the hoods and the 4-foot sumps, all the way up the hill, just 12-inch piping, and then utilizing the very same we're discharge point, we're gonna replace the rotted out CMP with a section of HDP, but we're gonna, it's gonna be in the same spot that it is now. We're gonna propose a small scour hole there just to slow the water down, cause right now it has nothing, it just rushes through. There really isn't much more to say, although we are, incidental to the project. The road width kinda is, varying throughout, and it's crazy wide down here, so we are actually getting rid of, it's hard to see on these drawings, but like this area here, and this area here is currently paved, but in half, as a result of this project, it'll be loaned and seeded, because it's like 32 feet wide there, and it's a 24-foot high road. So that's the scope of the project, this is, it's just an extension of the work, nothing, just water line, dead end to the top, up on that segment, and road. We're gonna reclaim the road, we did some borings out there, with Ron and his guys, and the, water line guys. Material's pretty good, apparently it had been reconstructed somewhat.
Yeah, about 20 years ago.
Was it that long ago? Cause you hear different stories about, but there's only like this much asphalt on it, it's like a, make it look good, but it didn't, if you've been out there, it did not hold up.
Yeah, 'cause when I worked for the town, the banking down on both sides at the bottom were caving in. We
Okay.
had to put stone and stuff down on the
Alright.
hill to take it back.
Now, this was all filled in to create this road? Like,
It was.
wow,
Yeah,
that's,
that was before us.
yeah, apparently, well, they put a nice sized culvert in way down there, but, so that's it, we're hoping to get, because of the scope of the work, we're hoping, that this would be, suitable for a negative determination. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
So has this already been put out for bid, or?
It's, I don't know if you're, like, it's available Wednesday, but we're bidding it for a month. They took, I think the state,
I don't know.
had their, dragging their feet, but, doing the awards, and then, so we've jumped on it as soon as we got the, the okay from.
Okay, so they are going to let us know when they get the hay bales and all that stuff
Oh, right,
up
actually,
before they
I
start
should mention,
construction?
yeah, so, well, what, Bob told me that you guys liked, wattles.
We prefer
Right,
wattles.
so that's what I'm showing, protecting the limits of that wetland, is just a roll wetland. They are so much less troublesome.
As long as they let us know
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
of days
that's-
before they start tearing stuff apart.
Yeah, that's, part of the scope of their work is they have to put the erosion control in first,
Yep.
notify you, give you guys the opportunity to look at it, whether you do or not, they just have to give
Oh,
you.
we do.
Okay, good, good, yeah, and once all the structures are in, they'll have, inlet, the silt sacks installed in them.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got one. On this section here. You have your new grades there.
Yep.
From this point to this point, this is the downhill.
Right, right.
What do you have for all the water when it shoots by this, goes over
Well,
the edge and?
Well, the way, we did the catch we did basins at the normal spacing, which is like 300 feet, so the water, and it's curved, the road's gonna be curved on both sides, so the water, gonna get captured here first, and then this, will get captured, so it's not just going, 1,000 feet down the hill like it's kind of doing now. There is a pipe coming out of here, no one seems to know where it goes, But yeah, the water should be controlled much better now, because you had like 1,500 feet of water coming down the hill before. Now we're picking it up every 300 feet and capturing it.
But from that one to here,
Well,
Where
yeah, well,
this
actually,
real
what we're showing
down-
there is, right now, there is breaks in the curbing. And you can see, like in photographs, how, the sand spit is there. So we are kind of showing a paved swale to mimic what's there now.
so there'll be something physical there to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because what
Yeah.
says now is just the,
I mean, if leaves get over these grates and
Yeah.
things like that, it doesn't always wash them
Right.
away, but
Yeah.
right at the very bottom of that hill,
Right.
it's just gonna go
Right, and
over.
it's too much, it'd be too much for the project to kinda move the low point or get, you know, so we want, you know, we wanna use that same outfall. So yes, yeah, so grading is, and actually, we're gonna be reshaping the road too, and that's gonna help. Right now, the slopes on the existing road aren't conducive to getting the water to go to the curb line, so we're gonna have a pretty good cross slope, so that's gonna, up against the curb, and that's gonna further capture the water. And again, hope, you know, and it is a maintenance thing, you know, with the leaves,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm, you know, gonna get some leaves here, I'm sure. But, you know,
Anything?
Nope.
You got a-
Nothing? Okay. Oh, okay, can we get, a negative determination?
I think I need to phrase that.
Huh?
You go.
What?
Make a,
You want a
Neg-
negative determination?
Oh, I'll make a negative determination.
okay,
And I'll second that.
all those in favor?
I.
Aye.
Okay.
hoping just to fill out the parts, so you wouldn't have to fill those out for yourself, about the project name and, or did you already do it?
Oh, she's already done it. I got them all
Sorry.
over the place.
Well, we appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
Darn,
She's good.
okay, good.
We're gonna miss her when she goes to Washington.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot I said that in front of you.
2/10/2020. One for you. I get the other one ready here.
Did I do 2 copies?
I only see one.
I can photocopy it after.
I would anticipate construction on this probably starting April, I would think, or whenever. Things are significantly more snowy up here than they are
A little bit.
anywhere on my approach to here, so maybe it'll be mid-May.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Snow just went
Oh,
stopped.
wait a minute, I think I got another one right here. Got another one right here.
Oh, there is, okay.
Yeah, I put, it was in the wrong pile.
Who usually signs when the minutes are approved?
Wait a minute, let me make sure.
We never do, but, okay. What was it?
Thank you.
Thank you,
There
sir.
you are.
One. They gotta sign the other.
This is for,
You give that to him if you want.
there you go.
Perfect, I appreciate it.
You haven't gotta wait the 10 days for it.
I'll wait the 10 days, but it'll go in the spec package that's going out tomorrow.
Okay.
I appreciate it, thank you very much.
No problem. And then you close that at 6.
27?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Not sure if your eyes are as good as mine.
Oh, wait a minute. Now they are. Nope, we gotta go to her. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta give her all the paperwork.
I'll just take the whole, yeah.
It's been a
everything.
busy night here, huh?
Yeah.
You got a lot going on in this cute
Okay.
little town.
So Lori, I need to provide the town with a hard copy of the set of plans, so should I send them to your?
Yeah, send them to my office
Okay.
and I'll
Yeah,
make
I
sure
mean,
they
no
get
one's
to the
gonna
right
come here to
people.
look at them.
Okay, we have one
But
more,
we have
one
to.
more issue. that
Thank
We'll
you.
get to in a second.
Welcome.
Okay, can you excuse me 1 second? I gotta blow my nose.
Okay, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
You wanna pass this one back to her too?
Sure.
Yeah, let me, you can just plug it.
Yeah.
Get these out of your way too if you'd like.
Roll all of them up.
Yep, we can pile these.
With these. Oh. Yeah, put these with that one over there. So they're all good.
adjust this thing.
Oh, you fell over. Okay, one other issue which, Mr. Olson at, lot C over on Rush Road. He called me the other day, he wants to he'd like the COC so he could, get it when they do the banking. I guess they got the house sold, and, on the 19th.
Construction's not done though.
Those houses are not done yet.
Right.
So I've told him that we will check it again. Well, I gave him a list of what had to be done to get a partial. And we will check it again this week. And I'll have to wait till Tuesday night, and I'll let you know. We'll just, she's already got the paperwork made off of that, right? You? Okay. So we'll, on Tuesday, we can come in and sign them all, but I will not okay it until he had no driveway in. He had no septic system filled over. He had it not graded. He had the vinyl siding not finished.
The windows weren't even in.
Huh?
The windows weren't even in.
The windows weren't even in.
Right.
So,
Cool house.
huh?
I'd have to say nay.
Well, that's it. We can do it one or two ways. Say, nay, you wait till spring when it's all done, or wait till our next meeting.
How do you check everything when it's all covered with snow?
Well, that's the thing. When I was over there, it wasn't covered with snow. Now it's covered
And-
with snow.
That little piece of paper, sometimes it's years before anybody even gets it.
Right.
Yeah,
So
so,
it's not on the
so we
top
will
of
not
the
worry
list.
about the COC until, you know,
So will he not be able to sell the house until they get that? If the
Well-
bank needs it?
the only the only way they can sell it is if he sells it and they hold back a lot of money on it, the buyer, so
Right.
that the buyer isn't stuck doing the COC.
Okay.
And if it's not our issue, it will be their issue. And, you know, he called me again Friday, he says, well, we're not gonna get, this done. I said, well, I gave you a list of what had to be done for a partial. If that's not done for the partial, you're not gonna get it. It's as simple as that. You know, I said, we'll check it again next Friday, and if it's not ready, it's not, didn't even have the driveway in.
Right.
But, the one we did the other day over on, last week, over on, Baptist Common Road,
Mm-hmm.
he started to put the cellar hole in today.
I saw that.
Wow.
So,
That's
yeah,
quick.
yeah. So, and that's where we stand.
Yeah, they had the concrete truck there and everything.
Okay, so that'll take care of this. So, wanna make a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion that.
A second.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6:31.